Back in 2024, Barcelona were obsessed with one man, Nico Williams. Following his outstanding performance at the Euros, the Catalan Giants were eager to bring together Lamine Yamal, Pedri, Nico Williams, and Dani Olmo, four players who made significant contributions to the European triumph. Everyone within the club was excited about this prospect. Fans started designing shirts with his name on the back. Then, suddenly, everything fell apart in a matter of hours. Less than 12 months later, the situation has repeated. After a series of announcements that everything is done, that he is 99% a Barça player, after informations that he's agreed on personal terms with the Catalans, he again laughed at Barcelona's face and decided to stay in his boyhood club. And if you think, okay, what's wrong with that? I can assure you that this transfer will create a snowball effect that everybody except Barca will want to stop. First, the Spanish national team will surely suffer from this decision, and the chemistry will drop significantly. Just imagine his relationship with Yamal from now on. Second, he won't even touch a trophy in his life. And the worst part, with the potential he has and the new 10-year contract extension he just signed, there is a huge chance of him finishing his career with something between 0 and 1 trophies a decade from now. So, let's explore 5 reasons why Nico Williams would be a perfect addition to Barcelona and could prove to be a generational signing for the club. Firstly, let's start with something that has fallen under the radar and that no one actually talks about, and it's that Nico Williams is a transfer with 0 risk. How would you react if I told you that Nico Williams is the first world-class left winger that Barca has signed since Neymar left? Some would argue that Coutinho and Dembele don't fit this narrative because those two deals were heavily hyped in the weeks leading up to their completion. But were they really left wingers? Coutinho played on the left at Liverpool, but at Barca he occupied the left midfielder role. He was touted as Iniesta's replacement when the Spanish legend left 6 months after Coutinho's arrival. Dembele, on the other hand, was just a young talent from Dortmund and wasn't strictly a left winger when he arrived. So, Neymar could really be the last world-class left winger that Barca had. And now, can't you see the numbers? Coutinho cost 135 million euros and Dembele 120 million. Nico Williams, however, will only cost the club 60 million euros, which could turn out to be a huge bargain. As for reason number 2, upon his arrival, Nico Williams will have the club support and the dressing room harmony. Even if he fails, the loss wouldn't be so detrimental. Moreover, the likelihood of him failing is close to 0. Firstly, the transfer fee means he won't be under too much pressure. He'll play his best game alongside some of his best friends. Lamine Yamal will most likely assist most of his goals, as he did in the Euros final against England. Then there's Williams' best buddy, Alejandro Balde, who will constantly be on his flank, either overlapping or underlapping. Reason number 3, the tactical fit under Hansi Flick. Flick's Barcelona is built on a foundation of high-intensity, wide attacking football, a style that demands pace, energy, and tactical intelligence. With a base formation of 4-2-3-1, Flick prioritizes aggressive pressing, full-back overlaps, and forward players who can immediately stretch and destabilize compact defenses, traits that align perfectly with Nico Williams' strengths. As we discussed in our last video, Why La Liga Must Fear Hansi Flick's Barca, which you can watch on our channel, we explored how Nico would fit into this Barcelona super team. If we consider the best possible lineup, starting with the goalkeeper, Flick will field Joan Garcia. He'll obviously be responsible for keeping the ball away from his goal, but that won't be easy. If he can save 9 out of 11 chances while playing for a team like Espanyol and be considered a hero, then at Barca, if he can't save 1 or 2 of the chances he faces, he'll be ineffective. On the other hand, Joan Garcia's ball-playing ability, it'll directly affect how Nico Williams uses his speed. At right back, Barca will have either Jules Koundé or João Cancelo. Recent news suggests that Barca are open to bringing Cancelo back. He's very versatile and can play on the left or right of defense. As for the centre-back pairing, it'll be Cubarsí and Inigo Martinez. This partnership proved to be the most solid of the 2024-25 season, so why change it? Alejandro Balde will undoubtedly dominate the left flank once again. The midfield trio is also interesting, because Barca have plenty of options. Marc Bernal made a fantastic impression in the 3 matches before rupturing his ACL last season, and I can really see him starting more and more games from October onwards, when he'll be fully fit. At 191 centimeters tall and with excellent ball control, he'll provide stability in both midfield and defense. His presence will directly influence Flick's approach to the left wing position. If Flick wants Nico on the left, Rafinha as the number 10, and Lamine Yamal on the right, then a fully fit Marc Bernal will partner Pedri in midfield. However, if Flick wants a more conservative approach, he could rest either Rafinha or Nico and play one of them on the left and either Dani Olmo or Gavi in the number 10 position. This option would give Flick more flexibility and balance. With Frenkie de Jong and Pedri in the double pivot, the team resembles the squad that won the domestic treble this season. Focusing on Nico specifically, he's essentially the ideal left-wing prototype that Flick is looking for. Lightning fast, disciplined and ruthless. The combinations of Barcelona's midfield and on the flanks rely on constant width to create superiority on both sides. While Lamine Yamal is a constant presence on the right, Nico provides sharpness and defensive balance on the left. He's not just a talented player, his work rate enables him to drop back, support Balde, and press immediately after losing the ball. Key elements in Flick's pressing model. One thing that makes him far more valuable than Rafa Leao, another player whom Barca valued highly, is his far greater defensive awareness. He drops back to help with ball retention in deep positions, whereas Leao is a different type of winger. If we can describe him fairly, he's a more egotistic type of winger. He excels in one-on-one situations, and although he is better than Nico in the finishing stage, the Spaniard is a far more versatile option. As for reason number 4, his potential is huge. Given the £60 million investment, there's actually quite a high potential for him to pay off in only his first season. This is especially true if Barca manages to win the Champions League. Talking of his potential, at 22, he's already one of Spain's brightest talents. Francis Hernandez, a former youth coach for the national team, said that Williams and Lamine Yamal are burning through development phases at an extraordinary rate, a level of growth that is usually only expected around the age of 23 to 25. This brings us to another important topic. Just imagine if Barca had signed Luis Diaz. The Colombian is 28 years old, 5 months before his 29th birthday. He's certainly going to deliver more immediate results because he can already be described as a world-class player who can perform well in big games at both the international and club levels. Nico still has a lot of room for improvement, but the fact that he's 6 years younger speaks for itself. Then consider the numbers. The data shows that Williams is elite when it comes to dribbles per 90 minutes. He's in the 96th percentile among all the wingers in La Liga. He ranks in the 71st percentile for goal contributions per 90 minutes and 86th percentile for touches in the opponent's penalty box. Being in the 71st percentile is not much of an issue, as he's still a young player finding his feet, but it would obviously be nice to see his goal contribution numbers increase slightly. This is probably not that much of an issue though, since Hansi Flick's football style guarantees a lot of goals. And as we mentioned his versatility just a moment ago, it's not just his effectiveness in defensive actions, he's also very versatile in the final third. As a right-footed player, he can cut inside, shoot accurately, or take on fullbacks on either flank. He can certainly dominate opponents on the right flank, and could be very successful there when Yamal is rested. This is a huge bonus for Flick, because coaches love that unpredictable dynamic. One moment he's splitting defenses on the wing, the next he's arriving late in the box, or unleashing a shot. His stats don't lie, 11 goals and 7 assists in La Liga and European competitions across 3,050 minutes last season. It's a solid return for a non-spearhead attacker, a fact which is often overlooked. At first, 18 goal contributions throughout the whole season might seem low, but let's not forget that he is a wide attacker. When your average position is close to the sideline, it's difficult to be involved in scoring as much. And also, he's already shown he thrives under pressure. Euro 2024 final MVP, rising to the occasion when the stakes demanded it. And reason number 5, Nico Williams is mentally ready to wear the blue and red of Barcelona. He isn't just technically gifted, he's also mentally prepared for this setup. During a recent public event, Rafinha praised Williams for arriving at Barcelona with the mentality to work hard and fight for the good of the team. He emphasized that Nico had just had the best season of his life, emerging mentally strong and undisturbed by transfer speculation. But that's not all. What will really warm Barca fans is the fact that he's ready to join the team even without registration guarantees. Unlike last summer, when Barca's inability to provide registration guarantees was the official reason for his failed arrival. The situation has now changed. He is ready to join without Barcelona guaranteeing him a place in the starting lineup. He knows that if he joins Barça, he'll play in most, if not all, of the important games. Nevertheless, he wants to show the world that he has put last summer's events behind him and that he's ready for a bright future at the Camp Nou. So, what do you guys think? Will Nico Williams change both his and Barca's fortunes after donning the shirt? Also, what's the best approach towards the starting 11? With Nico in the squad? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Now, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and watch our latest upload. Catch you there.